Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fella channel. Here today with a quick book review because no, not a book review, sorry, a book haul, because I've had some books turn up from Pen and Sword Books this morning. So we'll quickly go into that in a moment. Don't forget, if you enjoy the video today, then make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really does help all the small channels if you can get a thumbs up, because then that gets us a little bit more exposure. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then well, why not? You should have seen all the videos I produced last week. They were brilliant. So if you like your history and your history books, make sure you click the subscribe button and the bell notification. Right, on to the little book haul. It's just 3 books that I've received this morning. But they seem quite good books, so I thought I'd do a little book haul on them. The first book is Broadmoor Women, Tales from Britain's First Criminal Lunatic Asylum, and that's written by Kim Thomas, published by Pen and Sword Books, and that's $14.99. Seems quite a nice little book, nice. Unusually for me, it's a soft cover book that I've been sent. But seems a nice little book. From the description on the back, it says Broadmoor, Britain's first asylum for criminal lunatics, was founded in 1863. In the first years of its existence, 1 in 5 patients was female. Most had been tried for terrible crimes and sent to Broadmoor after being found not guilty by virtue of insanity. Many had murdered their own children, while others had killed husbands or other family members. Drawn on Broadmoor's rich archive, this book tells the story of 7 of these women, ranging from a farmer's daughter in her 20s who shot dead her own mother, to a middle-class housewife who drowned her baby daughter. Their moving stories give a glimpse into what 19th century life was like for ordinary women, often struggling with poverty, domestic abuse, and repeated childbearing. For some, Broadmoor, with its regime of plain food, fresh air and garden walks, was a respite from the hardships of their previous life. Others were desperate to return to their families. So it seems a nice small book, but some of the stories do look interesting. That's Broadmoor Women, Tales from Britain's First Criminal Lunatic Asylum, published by Pen and Sword Books and written by Kim Thomas. I shall leave a link to Pen and Sword below this video, so if you do fancy any of the books, then just click on the link, type in the name of your book and purchase a copy, and they'll send it straight out to you. The next book is a Spitfire named Connie. Letters from a North African Ace, a tale of triumph and tragedy. And the Spitfire Ace is Air Marshal Black Robertson. And obviously during World War II he helped fight during the African campaign. It's published by Air World Books, which is part of the Pen and Sword company, and it's priced at £25, and this is obviously a hardback copy. I'll just read you a couple of the quotes because it's got about 5 or 6, but I'll read this one. I commend this book to those interested in flying, about the RAF, its leaders and leadership, and above all, about character. This is an expertly crafted and highly readable account of the career of a dedicated modern-day officer and aviator, related against the backdrop of World War II hero fighter pilot. Let me say that again. Against the background of a World War II hero fighter pilot father who the writer lived up to and equalled in his own way. So that's the Spitfire named Connie, Letters from a North African Ace, A Tale of Triumph and Tragedy. I think I've read a previous book to this. It was it might have actually been written by the a relative of the pilot, because that sounds a little familiar to me. And thirdly, the last book is a nice chunky one. It's called Zeppelin Inferno, The Forgotten Blitz, 1916, and that's written by Ian Castle, who I've read a couple of his books before, and he does write quite a bit on World War One and Zeppelins. It's published by Frontline Books, and it's priced at £25 in hardback, or $42.95. For those that, if you remember, in World War II we had the Blitz in the UK, where obviously the Luftwaffe was coming over and dropping bombs and that sort of thing all over London and various other towns and cities in the UK. But this was back in World War One, when the Zeppelin and the biplanes were more commonly used. So it's kind of a similar thing, but they used to send over the Zeppelins to do their bombing for them back in World War One, which although probably caused a little less damage. Seeing these humongous Zeppelins going overhead must have been quite daunting when you back in World War One, when you weren't used to things flying in the sky and that sort of thing. But the quote from the little bit on the back says, "I crept cautiously upstairs and peeped with frightened eyes out of the open front door, and up at the sky I saw the shrapnel bursting into flame in the sky, as if a star had suddenly exploded. It was very beautiful, but awful too. The sounds were so ghastly, and the knowledge that each thud of a bomb falling to earth carried death and destruction, with it added to the horror of it all." And that's a quote from a Hayley Miles of London, watching an air raid over the city. So I'm looking forward to that one, because I don't get many World War One books, and especially ones about Zeppelins, so that should be quite good. And I've read a couple of Ian Castle's books before, and they are good. So there we go, that's the three. A quick one today. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, give the video a thumbs up. If you fancy one of the books, then click on the link below this video. And if you've got any comments at all about any of the books, then please feel free to do so in the comments section. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all well, and I shall see you very soon, probably tomorrow or the day after, with a couple of book reviews. So take care, and I'll see you then.